Are there certain things your family does every year, like holiday vacations or family vacations? For me, every year, our family gathers from wherever we are to be with my wife's family to celebrate Thanksgiving. God wanted His family to do things every year too. He had them keep the Passover meal. Why do you think God would tell them to do this every single year? Well, that's today's Lesson from the Land. The Passover was such an important celebration not only for the Israelites coming out of Egypt, but also for the Jews during Jesus' day. There are several Jewish holidays, including Hanukkah and Rosh Hashanah, which celebrates the New Year. Passover is one of those holidays still celebrated today. In Exodus 12, God established the Passover meal and explained what the people were to do. He went into a lot of detail about the event, even describing what the lamb should look like. The Bible says, "Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male, a year old. You may take it from the sheep or from the goats." God goes on to say how they should cook the lamb and what they were to do with the blood. This is very important. God says, "Then they shall take some of the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts and the lintel of the houses in which they eat it. They shall eat the flesh that night, roasted on a fire, with unleavened bread and bitter herbs they shall eat it." God commanded them to eat this meal quickly, with their belt fastened, their sandals on, and their staff in hand. That would be like us getting ready to go somewhere, putting on our coat and our shoes, but then sitting down for our Thanksgiving meal. Why do you think God was so specific on how He wanted His people to eat this meal? And why do you think He instructed them to eat the Passover every year, even after they had left the land of Egypt? Remember, Jesus was eating the Passover meal with His disciples the night of His arrest before His crucifixion. They were following this command from God. It's about making memories. You see, God wanted His people to remember what had happened when they left Egypt. He wanted them to remember putting the blood on the doorposts. He wanted them to remember that death had passed over their house. Remembering this story would get the truth of God's salvation in the hearts of future generations. Years later, when the Israelite children would ask why they would celebrate this meal, it was an opportunity for the older generation to share the story of the Exodus. Just like the Jews were to remember the Passover, we are to remember our salvation. Jesus created a new memorial meal in the Gospels when He told His disciples to eat the unleavened bread and drink the cup. What does He say in Luke chapter 22? "Do this in remembrance of me." Memorials of God's work in the past help shape our faith in His work today. They help us to trust the God who saves when we might feel like forgetting. Today, we need to remember God. We need to pass this story on to others so that we can trust God together.